a lot of times law firms look to places they're familiar with, the schools where their partners graduated from, or where there's a shared commonality or geography. And it's similar to giving feedback. Sometimes partners are more comfortable giving developmental direct feedback to people who are like them, who are like-minded, and there's a comfort level, as opposed to people who giving feedback across differences might be uncomfortable for them. And in a presentation that I gave a woman of color who was an attorney, said, I don't get the depth of feedback that my white colleagues get, yet I'm held to the same standards of promotion and advancement. But due through no fault of my own, I don't have the relationships with partners they do. And for me, that is a crystal clear example of when you don't have an inclusive culture, where the wheels start coming off.
It'll show up in all kinds of ways, great and small. And what it takes me back to is, if the organization, there is I'm going to use the word shared curiosity. And if you don't have that, because I think feedback comes from a place where you have a relationship, where there's trust, there's mutual respect, and there is a belief that the person giving the feedback wants as much of that person's success as the person receiving that feedback. When it's missing, feedback gets shallow, and what you're robbing the firm of the ability to take someone who may have amazing potential, and you're not feeding that potential. And I think when we're talking about this, and you hear people say, well, I don't really know how to talk to these people. Well, that's your own damn fault. Right. Because you haven't spent a minute trying to learn about anyone. And if you're a leader and you are thinking to yourself, I don't know how to talk to this person, well, the problem isn't the person.
And to your point, David, I coach a lot of my clients around leading with care and empathy. And in the law firm world, that may make people uncomfortable when they hear that. They think leading with care or empathy is soft. It's they can't be direct. And I respectfully disagree. I think that allows you to be even more direct. And if I say, Heinan, I care about your career development and skill development, and because I care so much, I need to give you this feedback. And I could give very direct feedback to observable behaviors or skills that need to be developed. But if I say, Heinan, I see typos in everything you're writing, I can't get through your briefs, now you're focused on how I'm saying it and not what I'm saying, and we're diminishing trust.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we just got done with our yearly reviews, and a lot of law firms do that around this time. And that's one of the things for me when I was asking for feedback from our attorneys for the staff was, it is my job to help advance their goals, to make them better, to take a concerted care for them, and it's important for us to give that feedback, because if we just say, oh, everything is great, even if everything's not great, then we're setting them up for failure. And eventually they're not going to be here anyway, because they're either not going to feel connected to the firm, they're not going to feel connected to me, they're going to feel like they're, like they're disrespected or not cared for by their attorneys. It's really important for us to make sure that there's that mutual trust and respect that starts from the bottom and then goes up.